Hey, what about it, YouTube? All right, I'm just out of the shower getting ready for work, so I'm gonna try and make this, what do they call it, multitasking video here, putting on socks and shit. Now look, I'm gonna destroy this fucking video Savage Institute had up in one simple, um, scientific respect, okay? The damn thing starts off saying that ice sheets started covering North America and that this caused sea levels to go down so far that land bridges were exposed. But that doesn't fucking work, okay? The more ice you have, the more water you displace. Anybody who's looked at an iceberg knows this. Ice is less dense than water. So once water goes from liquid to solid, it pushes out, and there is actually a displacement of the water where you would have rising seas. You would have rising waters if you had more ice. So that whole movie, I don't give a fuck, is bullshit right there. Okay? Let's think about something else that doesn't make any fucking sense. Pangea. If you've got an Earth that has all the mass of all the continents on one side, what force is going to come in that is going to counteract the centrifugal force of that mass, which is going to have probably an oblong, sort of a funny orbit or, spin, right? If you take a ball and you chew up some gum and you put that gum on a little tennis ball and you spin it, what's going to happen? It's going to have a funny looking spin to it, right? That's what Pangea would have done. Okay? So instead of these scientists and their dreamy bullshit, okay, that they just accept you to regard as facts, instead of that, what does the physical evidence and what does the historical text say? Well, in Genesis chapter 1, it talks about how God created the firmament, which would be the matter, and how God created the waters, which would be gas and liquid, and how he separated the firmament from the waters, and how he called them heaven. And it talks about how, this is really good right here, chapter 1:9, and God said, let the waters under the heaven. Now he just called the firmament heaven, so he's talking about the waters under the ground, okay, under the matter, be gathered together into one place. So the waters were in one place, not separated, not this ocean and that ocean. And let dry land appear, and it was so. And he says that the waters which were under the firmament in verse 7. Okay, so this is what he's been talking about. God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. Okay? And it could be gas like air, or it could be liquid, right? So in 10, God says he called the dry land earth. And wow, he like uses our same dictionary. Weird. And the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And he said that the gathering of the water was under the firmament. All right? What does that mean? That means that the oceans once were underneath the crust of the earth. And what that means is that eventually they became superheated. They came out of solution and the earth popped like a kernel of popcorn. I know you're fucking laughing right now. Go look at Neil Adams' Expanding Earth. Go look at the sea floors. Go look at the continental shelves. Go look at it. It's all plain as fucking day when you look at it. The earth was small. There was water trapped inside of it. Okay? Evenly distributed of mass. And then at some point, the waters were released, came out of solution. Boom. There's where your great flood was. So you have a historical text that explains to you that the seas, that the waters used to be underneath the firmament, the matter, the ground, the dry land, the heaven. And then you have Noah, and you have all kinds of other historical documentation about a great flood. So when this water was released, imagine the fucking rain. Imagine the rain that would have filled up the oceans. I mean, that would have been pretty heavy duty. Okay? So, and this is what our forefathers and other people's forefathers that we borrow from, this is what their diaries tell us. Okay? This is what the physical evidence shows. Go look at a map of the seafloor and tell me that I'm full of bullshit. It all pieces together. Go look at Neil Adams' expanding Earth theory. It all pieces back together into a smaller planet. And then, boom! Water's released, comes out of solution, you have your rains, you have your flood. I'm going to hear it on this one, I'm sure. I don't give a fuck.